Welcome back to the Punch channel. This is Holland 44. It is published by GMT Games and is one of the Zachbahn series or non-series games designed by Mark Simonich. This is Operation Market Garden in September of 1942. The broad strokes of the operation were that the British 30 Corps would come up the road here through Eindhoven, Veghel, Grave, Nijmegen, and cross the Rhine at Arnhem. Now, of course, the Germans weren't going to let them just drive up the road. So they had the idea, the concept was that the British 1st Airborne, the American 82nd Airborne, and the American 101st Airborne would drop in the vicinity of Eindhoven, Nijmegen, and Arnhem and secure the bridges that were necessary to make this happen. So, didn't work out that way. See a number of books. The most familiar to me is a book called A Bridge Too Far by Cornelius Ryan, and I'll put a link down below. And they made that into a movie in the 70s. Great movie, by the way. Ensemble cast, very well done. And I'll see if I can scare up a link for that as well. This is turn 5 in the Allies. It is a nighttime turn. And I'm going to briefly talk over what the heck went on here. And that's what's going on. So I'm going to start off down here in the 30 Corps sector. And I'm going to do a couple of different shots because of this darn glare problem that we've got here. Right here, I have no control over it. It's overhead fluorescent lights. So not a thing I can deal with. Okay, let's proceed here. Okay, in the southern sector of this map, we have the 12 Corps units in this general area, mostly, well, entirely 50th Division, and they are moving forward fairly deliberately to, at least through movement, to bring things to the Germans, and forming a cordon off here to the west. That's fine. A little further to the east, we have 8th Corps, is, again, all of their, they've got the bridge back up here at hex 1306. So the mobile units have gone forward. The formerly dismounted units are no longer dismounted, so they are swarming forward towards the town of Leyende, something like that, and to again take the fight to the Germans. So I'm not certain why this white arrow is here. Oh, I think that is as a reminder to me to talk about the dismounts. Okay, 30 Corps is right through here, right through this central sector. They've taken a replacement, and they've issued two attacks, one of which was a 7-1, got a 5, that is a defender shattered, and that forced the retreating unit, 3rd Erdmann Battalion, to take the step loss and fall back to Eindhoven. Advance after combat revealed that the mystery unit here in Eindhoven was Uwald, let's say. It's a company, airborne company. There was another attack here, which was a 3-1 attack on the breakthrough combat, and it resulted in an engagement, an engaged unit, basically, right here. Okay, coming a little further to the north here, we have a few moves by the 101st to relocate some units. Primarily, it's this unit coming over here to Son, using an extended move to do so, and we've got another unit coming away from the confrontation here at Best, moving towards Eindhoven. Again, extended movement, that's the white arrows. Took a replacement here on the 101st units. So let us see what is continuing to happen here, and we will go and check further north. Okay, taking a look at the northern sectors here, Nijmegen and Arnhem. If you may recall, the 82nd Airborne cleared all the German resistance out of Nijmegen in the last turn, so they are now looking to secure the drop zones and hopefully to push back the 406th Division. So in this case, 4-to-1 attack, 2-to-1 on odds, then elite shift and low morale shift to make it 4-to-1. Unfortunately, it was a one roll, which is an exchange. So the exchange was one of the German units here, and then one of the 82nd units went down to a remnant. This unit, the first of the 508, had moved off a bit so as to lose their disrupted status at the end of the turn. You can see some movement here, extended movement to bring an additional unit up towards Nijmegen. Second of the 504th is just holding steady here, holding the door north of the Wall River, and we have third of the 504th down here at Grave. Basically got the front door, got the back door, and that's the story here. Okay, British are doing what they can. So we had the supply point, the airhead supply point, whatever it's called, that moved over here towards the ferry crossing near Driel. And then the artillery moved adjacent to them so that they may take advantage of the proximity for resupply coming up. We moved the unit here from the outskirts of Arnhem further in. Because this is a Zachbahn game, that was a point of, there is a Zachbahn right through this hex side, if you can see that right there, and this compromised that Zachbahn to an extent. If the Germans could mount enough of an attack and push into that hex, that would fully cut off the units here. It's something of a moot point anyway, because turn 5, which we are on, at the end of the supply phase, the airborne supply heads, that's what they're called, the airborne supply heads here, and down here, they are exhausted. They will run out of supply, or they're depleted. That's the appropriate terminology. So they will have very limited capabilities moving forward, and all of these units and all of the 82nd units and for the moment, for a turn or two, hopefully no more than that, all of the 101st units will be out of supply. They're just going to have to hold what they got. So that's a significant issue. Okay, so I'm going to go to another segment and we'll wrap this up. So that's pretty much a wrap. The overall big picture is that all of the airborne units are going to be out of supply starting here on the next turn. So that's going to cause some significant issues. 30 Corps is way behind schedule. One of the nice things about the time track, the turn record track, is it has a listing of historical events. So according to this, 30 Corps reached Eindhoven last turn, not this turn. And the Bailey Bridge is built overnight at Saône. So that would mean that they got there and presumably got the bridging unit into place so that it could begin the bridge construction, so that on the 6th, turn 6th, that's the AM turn on September 19th, there would be a bridge and they could proceed further. It further says that, let's see, 30 Corps reaches Grave. So historically, 30 Corps reached Grave on the next turn, and there's no way that that's going to happen in this timeline, in this particular run-through. We're going to have to fight through Eindhoven, so that's next turn, maybe getting up to Saône. That's turn 6. The bridging unit is way behind, so that's turn 7 to 8. So 24 hours, 3 turns to get a bridge across Saône, across the Wilhelmina Canal. Now there are other ways to do this, and we may very well have to do that sort of thing. And then, let's be optimistic here. 1, 2 maybe, right? Now I could take off to one side here and maybe go sideways, and that's something that I think is going to have to happen. I've got some mobile units here, and there's some possibility, but there's a fair number of Germans that can gum up the works in the way. At least the 101st should get back into supply here by turn 6 or 7, 1 or 2 turns, 6, 7, one of those things. I will point out that there's this 48th, no, 88th, yeah, 88th Corps mobile unit sitting here at Wegel. That's a very interesting position to be in because that's on the primary road over to Grave. So this is the short scenario, right? And there are 6 turns left, and I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe. It's still possible. The only victory condition here is for the Allies to get 4 non-airborne units north of the wall, and that's still possible, and still reasonably probable. But I'm not liking the start at this point. It's been too slow over here, and so that's about what we've got to work with. Uh, yeah, it's interesting. I may want to come back here and play the first. Oh, the first 5 turns I think is a very interesting thing. You could play them fairly quickly. You could do it at a sitting if you were sitting for about 3 or 4 hours. Okay, ran my phone out of power. So, anyway, to wrap this up, I think it would be very interesting to try and play the 30 Corps. You could play just this part of it and rapidly iterate and find out what it takes to run up here quickly. In fact, you could just about, yeah, you could play without the entire northern half of the map at all and just play this part and iterate in a 2-3 hours, maybe less, including setup, and you could play the first 5 turns because you need to get north of Son on schedule, right? So that would be interesting. Fits on a small table, so lots of fun there. Okay, well, that's it. That's a wrap for this, and lost power there. So, long story short, out of supply, out of supply, out of supply, rather far behind schedule for 30 Corps. A nice blocking position here by this 88th Corps mobile unit. I think it's still possible to get up here and get the units north of Nijmegen by turn 11. We'll have to see. One of the things I'm considering is just play this area of the map, 101st and 30 Corps, and play it a couple times and try and aggressively push forward and get on schedule and see what it takes to do. I may do that on Vassal. That may be the way to go. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed it, and love to hear your comments below. I hope you like and subscribe, and I will see you down the road.